Hey, this is Emily at Oz Inflatable Kayaks, and this is the Quest Solo. This is the AdvancedFrame Sport Elite. Both awesome inflatable kayaks, quite similar in a lot of ways. They're both 12 kilograms. They're really lightweight, easy to carry. They're both quick and easy to set up. They're both stable. They both have beautiful bow and stern shaping, so they really cut through the water nicely. Minimal waggle, good wind effect, or low wind effect, I should say. Both nice seats. So what exactly is the difference and which one should you choose? So I'm going to articulate those differences in the context of how to help you make a decision. Let's jump straight into it. In my opinion, the first and most obvious difference that you would consider is that in the Quest you get wet. You can see the drips here, and this is look how dead calm it is on this day. It has lower side tubes. It doesn't have anywhere near as much deck, if that makes sense, than the Sport Elite. So, stuff that lands here is dripping in. You can see there's a bit of puddling in there. I have many times been out in the AdvancedFrame Sport Elite. You can see the drips forming on the deck here. And when you've got that foot brace, you get this sort of rise and it just sheds off. In fact, most of the time, the vast majority of the time I go out in the Sport Elite, I'm not getting wet. Whereas the Quest, I've yet to go out and not get wet. So this might be your number one thing. And it might not necessarily be about climate. Like we have a lot of people in Queensland that still prefer the Sport Elite. They just don't want a wet bum when they're paddling. And there will be people in Tasmania that get the Quest because they're happy to dress appropriately and they still prefer the ease of access, of a sit on top. So that's probably my number one thing. Just to be clear, the Sport Elite is not a kayak that you can put a spray skirt on. It has a cockpit, but it's actually an oversized cockpit, so it's still easy to sort of get in and out. But it definitely keeps you dry, no doubt. Second difference is whether you want to put a propeller on. So the Quest comes with a fin box already installed. You don't really need the fin for paddling so much, but if you want to put a propeller on, you just slide it right in. The Sport Elite comes with a fin that is part of the hull. It doesn't have a fin box. So if you wanted to put a propeller on it, you'd have to glue on the fin box. It's just a level of hassle that I know some people aren't going to go for, right? And if you never want to use a propeller, then obviously you don't need to worry about this point. The next difference is the bag size and weight. So both of these kayaks are about 12 kilograms, like really nice and light. However, the Sport folds up smaller and fits into a very small streamlined bag, right? It's just literally a bag with a zipper, handles. So the bag itself doesn't weigh much and you get this nice compact package. The Quest goes into this bag here, which is quite a bit bigger. The Quest doesn't fold up quite as small as the Sport Elite, and the bag is awesome, right? It's got a million straps and buckles and handles, and it's got 3 really robust wheels on the other side, but all of that means it's much heavier. So what we end up with is, when you've got pump and bag, you get 14 kilograms for the Sport. When you've got pump and bag, you get 17 kilograms for the Quest. I don't really see this as a showstopper because if that was too much, you would just ditch the bag. And like a lot of people have full drives, they have capacities that they have to stick to, and they have spaces they have to fit things in. So that might matter for the weight. You can ditch the bag, but capacity-wise, the Sport definitely folds up smaller. Now, the seats are both really good, and this is where it's more of a personal preference. My personal preference is for the AdvancedFrame seat, but I know Lee really likes this, and there's a friend I go paddling with, and they prefer this one as well. So they both have bum pads. The bum padding is fixed on the Sport Elite, but the bum padding is actually detachable on the Jaspara seats. The AdvancedFrame Sport Elite seat has a beautiful inflatable lumbar cushion that I use when I'm paddling sometimes, but the Jaspara one does not have that. It does, however, have the ability to hold it upright, so you can clip straps in at the back, which will keep it from falling forwards. Can't do that with this one, and people do get annoyed a bit with it falling forwards it's just when you're trying to get in. Once you're in, you're all good. But yeah, real personal preference. They're both pretty high quality, but I thought I'd explain the differences. And then the other difference is the size. So although the Sport Elite is longer, it's 3.2 meters long, whereas the Quest is 2.9. There is an inner tube that runs all the way around. So you've got this front tube area and this rear tube area, which you do not have. The Quest is just 2 side tubes that meet, and the floor actually goes down in here. So if you wanted to pack gear, you're going to pack a lot more in the Quest. You've got this huge cavity at the front, huge cavity at the back, room behind the seat, room between your knees, and you've got deck. The Sport Elite, you've got a bit of room behind your seat and you've got deck. So it's significantly less. This also matters with leg length. Like you will, even if you get the seat all the way back here in the Sport, you physically will hit a barrier with your feet, right? We say about 6'2". If you're 6'1" with long legs, though, you're still going to struggle a bit with the Sport Elite. The Quest, we actually say 6'2", but it's nothing to do with the length, right? You could be 6'5" and you'd still fit in this kayak. But what happens is when your seat moves all the way back here, your kayak gets back heavy and the bow comes up out of the water, right? So it just does, you lose performance. Now, with both of these models, there are longer versions if you're very tall. And then what we also found was the capacity is quite different. So the Sport Elite has 113 kilogram official capacity from the manufacturer. We recommend that your personal weight be 100 kilograms, no more than 100 kilograms. You can still load up with gear, but it's about the balance of the weight across the kayak, if that makes sense. With the Quest, though, 160 kilogram capacity, 120 kilogram individual paddler weight. So if that's you, if you're not anywhere in the 6 foot, but you're between that 100 120, that's where you might be swayed towards the Quest. And the final difference, in my opinion, is the drying, the pack up and drying. Now, I want to preface this by saying there's no kayak, no inflatable kayak that I've ever paddled that is like that for pack up and dry. It's the nature of them because they fold up. You know, you've got to deal with water in creases. So the Quest has a bung at the bottom. If you like to hose things out, you can inflate it at home and just hose the whole thing out. I tend to, I do that sometimes, but if you want to pack up on site, I love to pack up on site and then come home and just put my kayak away. So with both of these, I'll take because I'm in salt water most of the time, a bucket of fresh water with a washcloth, just kind of wipe down. And then if I have a drying cloth, same sort of thing, I'll wipe it down. Because there is still fabric on the Quest. There's fabric little bits like this here, this patch here, this handle here where the foot pegs go in is plastic, is a fabric kind of strap system. So when you use the hose, you do then have to give it time to dry, right? So if you want to pack up, you can do it. Now, the advantage of this one being PVC is once, other than those little fabric bits, is once you drain the floor and wipe it down, it's dry and you can fold it up. However, you do get water trapped with this style of kayak, the sit on top style of inflatable kayak. You get water trapped between the floor chamber and the side tubes. I don't worry about it. I just pack it up. It doesn't seem to matter. But whereas with the Sport Elite, you don't get water trapped, right? You get water on your deck and on this sort of black side bit here. Again, I wipe it down, but because it's fabric, it takes a bit of time to dry. Now, I'm in Queensland, 20 minutes of the sun, I'm good. Oh, by the way, you always let some pressure off if you're out of the water and you're leaving in the sun. 20 minutes, I'm packing it up, I'm going home. But that's because I never get water inside this kayak, right? So I always put a towel inside for my feet, plonk my bum in, swing my feet in, and then I'm not dripping water in. I'm not getting splashed coming in. If you are getting water in this kayak, give us a call. We need to troubleshoot that. So all I need to do is wipe down the deck and let the deck dry. Now, if you were getting water in, let's say you've got a dog and the dog's hopping in and out, or you just had a really bad entry, or you just got tipped or swamped by a boat wave or something, right? Then you need to pull the floor out. The floor's just loose. Pull the floor out, wipe it all out, prop it open to dry, and you need to do that at home for a few hours. Fortunately, you don't have to root around getting water out because the fabric tube covers just wick the water out. I find this one physically easier, but if it's wet inside, it will take longer than the Quest, whereas this is shorter but a bit more physically demanding because you're down on your hands and knees, wiping everything down, if that makes sense. So like I said, to me, personally, in my vast experience, that's actually not a decision point between these two. I will say one thing. Never use a hose with the AdvancedFrame lines. They just get soaking wet and then you have to pull them all apart to dry. So we never do that. So like I said, for me, that actually wouldn't be a decision point, but I know that some people love the idea of being able to hose out their kayak. So I thought I'd mention it. Hoseable, non-hoseable, right? If you have any questions about the AdvancedFrame Sport Elite or about the Quest Solo kayaks, please get in touch. This is Emily at Oz Inflatable Kayaks.